Paul Walker. That's what it was. R.I.P. Paul Walker.
And what is your name, by the way?
Jeff.
Jeff, are you interested in Brittany? Yes or no?
No.
Sigma move. So
It's on mute. Hey, hold on. Bitch, be quiet. Lot of niggas fake, so I'm moving this side.
of young women realizing that the gig is up and men are walking away. Let's get it.
One of the loneliest processes in the world.
They are upset because men won't date them anymore.
So it happened again. I had a date cancel on me and we were supposed to go out for dinner tonight as a single mom.
Dating as a single mom is hard because
we don't care.
People make it seem like women that have children are like burdens.
That's because they are. Men gain nothing from raising another man's kid, just like how men gain nothing by getting married in today's society.
No one talks about divorcing a good guy. I've been divorced twice, both of which were my decision, and neither one of them were abusing me or cheating on me. That doesn't mean there wasn't a pile of other reasons as to why we couldn't maintain a healthy relationship.
You didn't divorce these good men because they couldn't maintain a healthy relationship. You divorced them because you got bored.
Facts. She divorced him because she got bored and she wanted something different. You know, the reason that they keep coming up with to justify wanting to just leave, it's always crazy, man. Whatever reason, just let them go. Don't fight for nothing. Let them go, man. She's going to either cheat. She's doing you a favor by trying to leave.
If your husband is a good guy, but you're ready for divorce, you're not a bad person.
She describes herself as a divorce recovery coach for moms, whatever that is. And understandably, she made that video because, well, she's trying to drum up business. And what better way to do so than by making moms feel good about leaving their husbands? And that's perfectly fine. But apparently she's not too happy with some of the responses she's getting from the husbands.
Really? I don't know, man. Maybe she is. Because sometimes these women get on here to trigger the men, which also will give her more money, you know, from the women that watch the men getting triggered. There's a lot of money to be made off of women's trauma. Y'all got to pay attention to ladies, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to pay attention. Just because women are bashing men doesn't mean that that woman's there for you.
Men are losing their mind over a recent video that I made.
So a man taking a few moments to express his opinion on the matter is losing his mind?
Your spouse doesn't have to be abusive in order for your feelings of wanting to leave to be valid.
Actually, I don't have a problem with this. I actually agree with her. No one should be in a marriage that they are not happy in. But
there are dozens of reasons why marriages fall apart.
Okay, let's hear some of those reasons, but let's also keep in mind her business is a divorce recovery coach. So without a divorce happening, she can't make money.
And these women are all about that money. So, you know what I mean?
Some examples. Financial problems.
Financial problems. Well, pretty much every marriage experiences financial problems at some point. So the first step to do, file for divorce.
Growing apart. Communication.
Both of those issues are common in every marriage at some point. Heck, in every relationship, no matter what kind it is, at some point. So the first solution, file for divorce.
Addiction. Too much arguing.
Again, I agree. Those are valid reasons. However, shouldn't the first solution be trying to find a way to work through them?
Lack of emotional or physical intimacy.
Yes. Lack of physical intimacy. You know, the one where if he's...
Even with that being said, a lack of emotional intimacy means what? That's up to interpretation. It can be anything in her mind. They give them all kind of loopholes. They give them all kind of loopholes to be able to do whatever they want to do. Get your passports.
He's not interested, it's his fault. And if she's not interested, it's also his fault.
One spouse just isn't carrying their weight in the marriage.
The infamous, he's not carrying his weight. He's a good guy, but he's just not doing enough. So, divorce him.
Maybe you married too young or for the wrong reasons.
Again, these could be valid reasons, but I ask you this, shouldn't those have been obvious before you got married?
Those are all very common reasons for...
Why do they... Look, they operate in this, you know, post everything, but they never, like, when they make these babies and they're single moms, and it's like, well, I'm just a single mom out here, I'm doing the best I can. What about that moment of pleasure you had making that child, though? Like, we're not going to talk about that. You laid up with Pookie and Ray Ray, both y'all funky selves, doing whatever y'all do, making that baby. Now all of a sudden, the baby is something. Her raising a baby that she made, having a really good time with Pookie, is now everybody's problem, and we should all be just so understanding. Stop laying around. You know, whatever. Let's keep it going.
For divorce, and it doesn't make you or your spouse a bad person.
Now I hear you, and I might agree with you except for one thing. You see, if a man used any of those as a reason for walking away from his marriage, he would be immediately vilified and accused of abandoning his family. Now let's be clear, I'm not trying to be mean to her or throw any ill will or shade at her. I just simply want to point out that she makes her living by coaching women who have been divorced. And we need to keep that in mind when she's encouraging said women to leave, by her own word, good men for what are problems that every marriage has at some point or another. And that is why men, well, to use her term, are losing their minds. Because men know that women, they're abandoning their marriages at the first sign of trouble rather than trying to work it out.
This is why men have decided to go their own way to protect themselves from people like this, who abandon them the second things stop being perfect. But since we're on the topic of protecting yourself, let's talk about protecting your skin. Skin cancer has risen over 200% in men, which is why it is...
Why does nobody talk about how hard it is to start dating a nice guy after you're only used to dating toxic men?
You're one of the young women that are always saying, where are all the good men at? Ask yourself this instead. Why am I attracted to the men that are not good for me? Ask yourself that question, reflect on it, and it'll get you much farther than asking yourself the former.
Single mom, of course I'm only available between 7 and 9 p.m. I'm a single mom. Of course I say I want to date, and then when we actually plan the date, I decide to do something with my daughter instead. I'm a single mom. Of course I'm going to say I'm going to bed at 7 p.m. and then end up staying up to 12 midnight because this is my only free time. I'm a single mom. Of course I'm going to go on a date with you where you'll probably end up learning more about my child than me.
I would give my pitch to Brittany. I know she said she's not into guys who have lighter hair than her.
That is crazy.
Today.
Yo, we got to talk about this because I'm hearing a lot on the internet about baggage. When you over 35, you got baggage. What is baggage? Let me know what is baggage, because I thought when you older, you considered a classic, okay? Aged cheese is great. So let me know.
Man, listen, if you don't know what she's trying to parody, she's over here trying to, you know how they say that men age like wine and women age like milk. She's like over here talking about a classic. Let me tell you something. Anyone that's had a classic car, an older car, since we're using this analogy type of stuff, look, a classic, you can only ride it around. It can only be rode, you know, very cautiously every now and again. It can't handle those back roads. It can't handle any, you know, long highways, any rough riding, any long miles. You know, it'll fall apart. And with those classics, you know, everything on the outside might look okay, just like with the filters and makeup and whatnot, but underneath the hood is still the same old, worn out parts. So this was horrible on her part, trying to compare women to a classic. Absolutely not. And then to aged cheese. Do we really want to bring cheese into this with, you know, women already having, modern women having a reputation for having a twangy twat? Come on.
Know what is baggage? I want to know from men and women, what is baggage? When you say somebody's over 35, over 40, and they come with baggage, what is considered baggage? Because children are not considered baggage. When you older and you wiser, that's not considered baggage. So I want y'all to...
That's her perspective. That's her perspective, right? That's her perception. My children are not baggage. That's your... And it's like a man that doesn't have a job living with his parents at 40 will feel like money doesn't matter. His perspective. I bet it matters to you.
drop it in the comments. What is considered baggage to you? Because I'm confused as to all of this. Oh, when you're 35 and older, when you're 40 and older, you got baggage. What is baggage? Because I want to know, okay? Because I thought the older, like wine, the older the wine is, the finer it is, okay? Because I thought when you older that you are classic and you are a classic lady, okay? So I want to know what the f is baggage.
You don't age like wine.
Not just that. Ooh. Not just that. What's up with the speed talking, like that used car salesman type of talking? What's up with that? I've seen a lot of women doing that. What's the deal with talking really fast? Is it to try to squeeze in more points in a small amount of time? It don't make any sense. No guy wants to feel like he's being hustled by a used car salesman. Slow it down. If you can't make it make sense, you know, in a regular speed and cadence, then you're not going to be able to make it make sense talking fast, right? Could be some of the reasons for the problems in your relationships, all that speed talking.
Which means you don't get better with time. But to answer your question on what baggage is, we can go back to the lady from earlier, who has 2 divorces under her belt because of internal unresolved issues. Statistically speaking, if she was to remarry a 3rd time, she would divorce that man just as quick as she did the other 2.
Why does nobody talk about...
I would give my pitch to Brittany. I know she said she's not into guys who have lighter hair than her, but I feel like there's always an exception to the rule. I feel like these 2 gentlemen up here are really great guys, but I feel like I'm maybe not as nice as them. I would put it that way. I feel like I'm a little bit more on the fun side, spontaneous, adventurous.
Brittany, you feeling anything there?
I'm really picky.
Oh, wait. Oh, my God.
I need to be really bold.
Be bold, do it.
You are so attractive.
Listen, what's the chances of them having, I can't remember the dude's name from Fast and the Furious, you know, R.I.P. But what's the chances of them having a lookalike in the audience on a dating show? And then let's put that aside, right? The staginess of it. How disrespectful is it for her to pick some random guy in the audience when she has the candidates on stage? These are like humiliation rituals, man. I'm telling you, man. These little goofy shows, dating shows.
Turn. Yo, hands up. He's the best looking guy I've ever seen.
Paul Walker, that's what it was. R.I.P. Paul Walker.
And what is your name, by the way?
Jeff.
Jeff, are you interested in Brittany? Yes or no?
No.
Sigma move, salute. Hey, morals and values. I'm chilling in the audience. Don't bring me up here. Like, if I was chilling watching a day and some chick's like, oh, he's hot, I'm like, oh man, put me on the spot. I'm not here for that. Same thing, not interested. You like a pass around.
Sensational.
I'm supposed to be on a date in like 2 hours, but I haven't heard from the guy all day today.
We don't care.
The rest of the panel, do you guys agree it's easier for men to get laid?
Yeah, I think so too. Like, it's easier because we're in the college environment, and a lot of girls also want to hook up with people, and boys have a higher chance with going and getting laid. All they literally have to do is like have some confidence, do a little conversation.
Hold on. You just said it's easy, just have some confidence.
Like, just like, you know, like,
that's convenient.
Talk,
just be confident.
No. If you just go talk to a girl and you're sweet, usually like
they swear it's so easy. Oh, just have a little confidence and like approach her, like as if most women don't use men approaching them as a shaming ritual. And let's also go into depth on that. Remember, women, ladies, whenever you approach a man, because this is what needs to be done, you approach a man. I get it, you don't want to do it, but when you approach a man, that lets you know that you like that guy, lets him know that you like him, and obviously he's gonna like you. He's a guy, right? If a guy's approaching you like it used to be, y'all used to have creepers approaching you. weirdos. Y'all used to like just want to get to the grocery store, go get your gas pumped or whatever, minding your business. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but a lot of y'all, you know, you be wearing your sweatpants, your bonnets, you know, you ain't washed your butt, you're wearing like the yesterday's drawers, you know, you got the titty sweat going on, you know, maybe have not, brush your teeth, we don't know, but you're trying to get to point A to point B, and then some guys running up on you, right? And then you got to come up with crazy excuses, because if you say something too harshly, God knows what he'll do. Now you can approach. It can be a guy that you know that you can be comfortable with to a certain degree, because you've kind of vetted him already. Nobody's approaching y'all anymore, so it should be easier. This is the best way for it to be. If you think about it and get out of your ego, this is the best way for it to be.
I think that's how it works. Like, wouldn't be that hard for like two people to start like getting laid.
You serious?
Ladies, I know where to find the hot men in Dallas. Now, granted, not all of them might be single, but I went to my Barry 7:30 a.m. Wednesday morning workout, and I really did not want to get out of bed, but Lord, I'm so glad I did. It was a hot theme class, and let me just tell you, the music and the temperature were not the only things that were hot in there. We were transitioning from the tread to the floor, and I was just looking around the room like I always do at like any workout class. And I was like, holy moly, there are so many cute guys in here today. It was like every good-looking guy in the city of Dallas had descended into Barry's 7:30 a.m. workout. They were cute, they were jacked, they were sweaty, they were working out, they were getting after it.
Imagine if a man did that.
Y'all, yeah, what he's about to say too, but y'all, isn't it crazy how women like to see us kind of sweaty and working out? And maybe it's just me, I don't. When I think about a woman, I think about her clean, smelling good, you know what I mean, being able to be licked from head to toe and not having to worry about nothing, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, like they want you a little bit, they like man musk, and we like them like, you know, clean, prissy, all that good stuff. It's just opposites attract. Now ladies, don't conflate. We don't like, don't tell me I need some flavor. The flavoring on it would be what, sweat and dirt and ass? Like when a chick says, oh, you don't like for the coochie to have a little flavor? What? Listen, let me tell you something. The flavoring would be sweat, ass, and dirt. None of which I like to flavor anything I'm putting my lips on. So don't ever say that to me. You know, that's disgusting. That'll get you eliminated right there. That means you want a guy to be trifling after you've been peeing, farting, pooping, thighs and legs rubbing back and forth together, creating friction, ass cheeks rubbing together, creating friction. You know what I mean? Very little space separating the two, sweat dripping into each other. No. Go wash. Serve it to me clean. Don't be that kind of lady. You know what I'm saying? Just because you like a dude with a little bit of musk don't mean that we like it. We want you clean. Y'all got very little space separating things. We want it clean. You know what I'm saying?
I guarantee she would have a problem with it herself, even though she does the exact same thing to men.
The biggest mistake a person can do right now, no matter in which situation you are, is to give up. You might not reach the best version of yourself in this lifetime, but a better one than you are right now.
Well, we don't know if we'll ever reach the best version of ourselves in this lifetime, because we don't actually know what the best version would be, due to the fact that we're all taking different paths in life, and you know, our destiny kind of moves a little bit with us or whatever. So what would be the best version of you? You'll never know. So the version that you end up with after you're doing everything you can to be your best version is your best version. So I can't agree with the monk on all of what he said. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a shaman. What do I know? But what we're trying to do is be the best version of ourselves. I get what he's trying to say. Be the best version of yourself without putting the pressure on yourself to try to, you know, I get it. But we're still trying to be the best version of ourselves. And in doing so, we will be the best version of ourselves, and we will accept that. We're not going to keep, you know, trying to strive for something greater if we know we're doing everything we can do daily. Okay? Anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Smash that like button. I'm glad I could drop a gem at least at the end of the video. You know, get my download like I'm outside or whatever. Also, share the video. What else? Smash the like. I think I said all this stuff anyway. Want to make sure I repeat it. You guys, it's very important. Very, very important. Unless you're a hater, any content creator you watch, it's free. Smash the like button. I can understand you might not want to type in or whatever, and maybe you don't want to share, but smash the like button. It's greatly appreciated. Anyway, I'm your brother. I love you, and I'm out.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.